Hello YouTube, this is Dan the Man, the networking guy, and today I want to show you how to decrapify your Windows 7 or XP computer. A lot of times when you install software, other things get added and it's included in the startup, and a lot of people don't know it. So over time, as you add different applications, it just piles up on the startup. So, for example, one of the things I notice, any HP printer updates, Google updates, um, Adobe Acrobat, just about any software that you install, if you don't tell it to not start on the startup, then chances are it's starting up. So one of the things we can do to decrapify your computer to make it run a lot better is we go to the start menu, we go to run, and we type in msconfig, hit enter, and what's going to come up is the system configuration window. In this window, you want to choose the startup tab and take a look and see at, you can see all the stuff that's in here that's starting up. In fact, I'm going to give you an example. My Plex Media server, I want that to start up. Asset Smart Security, that's for my antivirus, so I definitely want that to start up. However, uTorrent, that doesn't have to start up when I turn my computer on. So I'm going to uncheck that, as well as Apple QuickTime. I don't need that starting up, bogging down my computer. Although I do have a quad core with two SSDs and a RAID 0 configuration, which is striped, so it's a screaming demon. But other than that, you still have a need for speed. You might want to go through your system config and see what's checked. Now be careful not to uncheck a system item, something that your computer might need to run various programs. You definitely don't want to do that. For example, my antivirus is not 64, so if I uncheck that, then there's a good chance that the application won't function properly, and I don't want that. So Google Chrome, I'll keep that going. Acronis True Image, I set up a schedule where uh, it'll come on and take an image of my hard drive on a weekly basis. I believe I set it up for Monday, Wednesday, and Friday in particular. But let's get back to this. Once you uncheck all the stuff that you don't need, like the HP printers, except for the imaging, keep the HP imaging on, because if you try to scan something, it won't scan. Adobe Acrobat, and just use your best judgment. If you're uncertain, leave the check mark in there. You don't want to uncheck something and your system behaves in a bad manner. So once you unchecked everything, then you go here, apply. Okay, it's going to prompt me to restart, and I don't want to restart right now because I'm doing the screencast. So I'm going to exit without restarting, and I'll restart at a later time. So primarily, that's one thing you can do to ease the burden of your systems. If you're low on resources, you definitely want to do this, because you'll see a big improvement in your total operating system. So again, this is Dan the Man, the networking guy, and I'd like to thank you for viewing.